welcome to another delicious, nutritious episode of Lewis and Ethan talk about stuff. What the fuck is up?
Nah, shit, dude. I'm just chilling.
Well, just like it seems to consistently happen, life has gotten in the way of another hang session.
Yeah.
So now we got to Zoom again.
Dude,
but not next weekend. We'll be
fine. Yeah, next weekend we'll get it.
Yeah, unless I just jinx the fuck out of that right now.
No, that seems to be the pattern. Yeah.
Right, it's like one on, one off. That's like it's like we're doing like one of those like work shifts where they're like you work 3, then you're off 4, then you do 4, then you're off 3.
Yeah. Except we don't.
I wish I had a job like that. That sounds rad, dude. You get like 3 and 4 day weekends.
Yeah, like 3 on 4 off or whatever.
Yeah, dude, that sounds fucking awesome. Like I would, if I had that kind of shift, I don't think I could ever go back to like 9 to 5s.
Dude, if I could work like 4 10-hour shifts in a day and then just be off 3 days a week, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like. I mean, I do like 9 to 10 hours already anyway.
Yeah.
So like, why not just?
It's a bunch of horse shit, dude. Fucking, let's seize the means of production right now on this fucking podcast.
It's like we start like forming a union right now and shit.
The podcasters union.
Yeah, we're just like us no more of this bullshit. Dude, okay, so I gotta pull this up, but okay, like how do you think superheroes fuck is the real question.
How do I think they fuck?
Yeah, do you think like,
oh man,
like if you think about how Batman likes to like fucking like blow up Catwoman's back, what do you think he does?
Dude, I think Batman might be like autistic or something, so I don't think he'd be that cool. to like, if you're a chick, you'd like you'd only want to bang him for his money. I'll say that. That's
hilarious, man.
But other than that, I think it might be aggressive. You know, there's a lot of anger there.
I think he just like throws like all of his anger towards Joker like into like just like giving you like the best orgasm.
Yeah, or like he comes down off of like catching the Joker and then he bangs hard. I think that's more likely.
It seems out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to actually find like the link to it, but okay, yeah, here it is. So, all right, so like you've watched, I only asked the silliness of that question because it was something that just actually like came up today.
Yeah.
And that's so you watched like the Harley Quinn animated series, right?
I've never seen it.
No, you haven't seen it? So
the one on HBO, yeah?
Yeah.
I've seen it on there. I've never actually watched it though.
It's pretty good. It's funny. Good stuff. Like overall, like I would say like a 7 or 8 out of 10. Like worth checking out.
Yeah.
So they're doing like the 3rd season's supposed to be coming out soon, and it came out that like that DC censored a sex scene between Catwoman and Batman, right?
Yeah.
But it's what's funny about it is why they censored it. So the guy who's like the co-showrunner of the show says we had a moment where Batman was going down on Catwoman, so he's eating her pussy. And and DC was like, you can't do that. You absolutely cannot do that. They're like, heroes don't do that.
Holy shit. I mean,
like that's so funny where they're like Batman doesn't eat pussy, okay? He only gets blowjobs and he fucks.
He doesn't eat pussy because he's selfish, dude. I'm telling you.
Well, and like here's the dumb thing though. Like so they were like they more or less are like, why does that matter? And they said it's so we could sell consumer toys with heroes. It's hard to sell a toy if Batman is going down on someone. Well, it's like
just don't make that toy. You know what I mean?
The show is also not for kids.
Yeah.
Like
well, that's true. Okay, yeah.
Like the entire show is R-rated. So like, why does that matter then?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man.
Right, like I mean, dude, in the comic books, they've shown Batman fuck Catwoman a lot.
Yeah.
Like full on fucking in certain issues.
There's like whole pages of Batman slinging dick.
Yeah, so why does it matter if he fucking is like he likes to reciprocate? You know what I mean? Like,
right, yeah. I would imagine Batman's like tongue game would be
right. Like just fucking, he's got his like finger games on point because he throws batarangs.
uh, man, I imagine some executive at DC was just like, "Hey, man, take that shit to Marvel. We don't want that here."
It's like so weird though that they were just like, they're like, no, he can't eat box because like we got to make toys, and it's like, well,
That's the worst excuse, like honestly.
dude, I mean, like Spider-Man is fucked in his comics before,
Yep.
you know. Like, I mean, like almost every major like A-list hero in some story
Yeah.
you see with like him basically just fucking tagging somebody.
Yeah. Like
It's not
several heroes.
it's not even like a little bit like out of the norm.
Yeah. And plus, like, they're supposed to be like regular people. You know, regular dudes eat box.
Dude, yeah, I mean, like, we're gonna sit here and say that like Spider-Man doesn't fucking like do his thwip on Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Dude, of course he does. I mean, like,
You're telling me the Flash doesn't do a fucking vibrating thing?
he like vibrates inside, just only to the G spot. Like,
yeah.
dude, it's just I thought it was like so stupid because, dude, like it even made me think like a couple of years back, DC did like an animated version of The Killing Joke.
Oh yeah, I remember
and like they made this really like wildly unnecessary change where like Batgirl is like obsessed with Batman, like, and then ends up fucking him.
Yeah.
And you see it. Like, I mean, you don't see the full fuck sesh, but like,
right.
There's like a whole. She like makes out with him on a rooftop, and then she like gets naked and they fuck. So that's in a movie.
Yeah. It doesn't she like get crippled at the in the that
yeah,
comic?
And well, in the comic book, like yeah, Joker shoots her in the spine, and there's a lot of implied like rape.
Yeah.
Alan Moore really
that's
likes
Alan Moore.
Sexual,
yeah,
he loves putting sexual assault and shit.
Yeah, Alan Moore.
It's like very insanely unnecessary sexual assault too, and like a lot of it.
But it's implied.
Yeah, I mean it's implied because it was a Batman story, but still,
yeah.
I mean, it totally happened.
Yeah,
but still, I mean, it was just like they already showed, like they showed Batgirl
mm-hmm.
getting like tagged by Batman. They're also in the fucking was it like Batman Beyond? They implied that like Batman and Barbara Gordon had a kid or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
In the Batman Beyond comic books, Batgirl cheats on Dick Grayson with Bruce Wayne and gets pregnant.
Yeah, that's the shit I do want to. I want to see.
That's fucked up and weird. I don't like that. But I mean, like even like, and then in the current canon Batman story, the canon is in the future. Batman marries Catwoman, and they have a kid, and she's like the new Gotham whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just like you have all these like instances of like a lot of sexuality exuding from Batman.
Yeah.
So like, why does it matter how he gives? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
That's like some fucking prude ass like.
Yeah. Oh, so that sounds like some misogynist like. It's like, oh, we can't have that.
Like Superman like doesn't eat pussy either. He's like, truth, justice, the American way. The American way is only blowjobs. I don't do cunnilingus. Like,
yeah, that's such a weird like nitpicky thing considering the history of Batman.
Dude, I hope Marvel's next animated show starts with like fucking like Falcon is just like going down a Black Widow, just giving her the biz.
Yeah, just that's how fucking Black Widow starts, right? Like
that's how the new movie starts. She just is like having like a really intense orgasm and squirts all over the screen.
It's 3D or 4D, whatever.
Dude, 3D's. That's so funny. Like I loved how for years movie theaters were like, like you would have like regular show times and 3D show times.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have to wear those gay ass 3D like glasses or whatever that were just like shitty. And like no movie actually really had 3D.
Yeah, it was just kind of like shit that popped out, or like it was
like slightly like the depth perception was like more back.
So like when the first Guardians came out, I watched the only opening was in 3D. So I watched it and it completely ruined the whole experience. So
really?
Yeah. So I mean I watched it again in regular the day after, but
well, do you remember the first time we went to see Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was the second time.
No, it was the second time, yeah.
Because the first time it was me, you, and Ethan.
Yeah.
And that was the 3D one. And then the second time we went was with
like
Fred. That was like, was it?
We were drunk as shit.
Yeah, we were like super fucked up.
Yeah, before we got there.
Dude, yeah, it was like you and I were like getting bombed.
Yeah.
And then Francisco came over, and then we were like, let's take a shot before the movie. It'll be great. And at this point, this is like me and you, and this is like our sixth.
Yeah.
And
We
this
have
is
been
his
drinking.
first. And then he doesn't realize we're drunk at all, somehow,
Yeah.
until we get inside the theater, and you and I are laughing like our asses off.
Yeah.
And
Just
he
fucking
goes,
bombed.
yeah, dude, we're just fucked up and like not walking well and shit. And that's when he
Yeah.
goes, are you guys fucking drunk right now? And we're like, dude, we're super fucking drunk.
Like the whole car ride, he didn't really notice.
It was so funny. Like it was so obvious.
Yeah.
Like,
Very
we
much
were,
so.
Yeah, we were clearly gone.
And this was at like what, 2 or 3? I remember it's early in the day.
It was definitely like one of those, like when we got out of there, we were just like, fuck, let's get more booze.
Yeah, dude. Those were the days, dude.
I do love that like movies, instead of just saying like, we're never going to do 3D again, they just very slowly, like they never admitted the mistake that 3D was a wash.
Yeah.
But you would just sort of see like less and less 3D shows until like they got rid of that stupid recycle bin with the glasses.
Yep. I hated that shit because I wear regular glasses and I can't see the movie without them.
Yeah.
So I can't. I'd have to wear the stupid fucking glasses over my regular glasses.
Yeah, that's
and
fucking stupid as shit.
Pretty awful.
It was like that was the dumbest game. I don't know why like movies were so committed to like doing.
Like I think it's because like Avatar made it big, and then it was like right after that or whatever, like a couple years, and everyone was trying to do 3D. Whether or not the movie was actually shot in 3D was a completely different story.
Dude, I cannot believe that Avatar is now like #1 again. It's like great, like highest grossing movie of all time. Yeah. James Cameron could not deal with being second place.
Nope.
They literally re-released it in China for like a weekend just to try to get like the #1 spot again.
Yeah.
That's like embarrassing ego. Like just
let it go, dude.
He's like, my blue people can't be beaten by Avengers.
Yeah, and people have waited for the sequel for like a decade now.
Dude, yeah, I mean, like they're shooting like concurrent, like Avatar, like 2 and 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
And dude, Avatar is one of those flicks that like I remember we saw it. I only saw it the one time.
Yeah, I did too.
Like we saw it in theaters, and then I think afterwards we went to IHOP, and we're like, that was kind of stupid.
Yeah, that was dumb.
And dude, even now to this day, like I don't remember that movie. I mean, I remember like it was Dances with Wolves, but it was Blue Aliens.
Yeah.
But I could, like, you couldn't, like, you could show me that movie and I would not remember 90, 95% of it.
Yeah.
I honestly couldn't tell you anything about that movie. Couldn't tell you the names. I don't know the names of the blue people. I remember they fucked by putting their like ponytails together.
Yeah, and then they put it in the animals, and that's how they drove or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was something about like their hair and like that was weird. Yeah, it was the hair in the earth or whatever. Yeah. Like,
it's a weird like, I don't know. From what I remember that movie, I know Zoe Saldana is the girl blue thing.
Yeah, and then the other guy was Sam Worthington or whatever.
I think so. Yeah.
That guy had such an odd movie career so far.
Yeah,
because he was like the main dude for like a lot of movies for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Where they were like, this guy's an Avatar, he's a Terminator, Clash of the Titans. Like they made him like the #1 dude.
Yeah.
And then he just vanished. Like he just
what has he done?
He just went away, dude. Like I haven't seen him in shit. Like it was almost like his career just died one day.
Yeah, that's I rarely remember his face. I just Googled him. I'm like, okay, yeah, this fucking guy.
He's a very generic looking dude. I mean, no disrespect to the guy. He's like, but he looks like a lot of, but he doesn't have like a distinctive look. I would say.
Yeah, not really. He hasn't really done much, it looks like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was like he was in like major franchises, and then nothing.
Yeah, there was a period of like 2 or 3 years, it looks like, where he was just like blockbuster movies.
Banging out blockbusters, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember he was in the Terminator movie Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Which was so this movie was not good, obviously.
Right.
It has one of the funniest moments or one of the most like out of place moments in the movie to me so the whole thing is like he's like a guy like not Christian Bale, but the other dude. Yeah. He's like a guy who thinks he's a guy, but then they find out he's actually a Terminator, right? Like he's got like robot stuff underneath.
Yeah.
but like he's not like connected to Skynet, so he's not trying to like kill humans or whatever. So he ends up helping them or whatever. There's just this one part. So this is like way after they know he's a robot, right? Like, because there's like this scene where, because like Christian Bale's John Connor, leader of the resistance, and then this motherfucker's supposed to like, I guess I don't remember what it was. I've seen this movie once. It's terrible, but he's supposed to like go in the water and like infiltrate Skynet from some, I don't know. But as he's doing it, like Christian Bale, like John Connor's like, all right, you go do that. And he's like, okay, cool. And as he's like going into the water, like John Connor just goes, "What are you?" Right? But I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
so
it
random.
was just yeah, he just screams it into like, and the guy's like, I don't know, and then he just goes away. But I was like, this is like an hour after you knew he was a robot.
Yeah, the fuck.
Like,
That's
what
weird.
is like what is that?
God, that movie was a piece of shit.
Dude, I honestly kind of wish they went to with the original ending. It was ballsy.
I don't even know what that was.
No?
Uh-uh.
Dude, okay. So the end of this fucking movie, if I remember correctly, is like John Connor gets like a stab to the heart or some shit.
Right.
Like he's gonna die, and then somehow the robot dude is able to like fix it with some kind of self-sacrifice horse shit. And then like and then at the end, like John Connor's like still like, yeah, resistance bitch, fuck Skynet, and like that's kind of the end of the movie.
Yeah.
The original ending is that John Connor dies, which is like kind of like, whoa, fuck. Right? Like he dies in that moment of like trying to take down Skynet, but they can't not have John Connor to like lead the resistance.
Right.
So the robot guy, like it's supposed to be shows the end where John Connor's like, yeah, that's right, resistance, bitch. And then the final shot was his eye, it was the Terminator eye. So shit. It was the robot guy basically wore his skin and pretended to be him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit more of a fun ending.
That's cooler than just fucking like whatever that shit. I mean,
yeah.
Dude, in fairness, so there's like what, 2 good Terminator movies?
Something like that.
And like really, if we're talking about like Terminator movies and how they've aged, there's only one good Terminator movie, and that's T2.
Yeah. God, so many movies.
I was gonna bring this up because this might be like, look, people on Twitter are stupid, obviously.
That's true. Yeah.
Twitter is stupid. That's a terrible platform with terrible people.
Yep.
It is entertaining though. I'll give it that.
A lot of the times it is. For Twitter drama, dude, is the best shit.
Right. It's entertaining for like all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'm not gonna even shout out this fucker's Twitter handle because it's cringy as shit. But it got so much attention, and it got attention for like what I think is like maybe one of the most like exaggerated and annoying things ever.
Yeah.
And like, look, you don't have to like superhero flicks. I get it. Like Marvel's pumped out a fucking lot of content.
This is true.
And either you're in it or you're not. You know what? And it's cool either way.
Yeah.
Like you're either on board or you're not. Cool, fine. But the overinflated nature of this tweet, and also the amount of like queefs that are like retweeting and agreeing and like overblowing, it's just so dick sucky, self-servicey fucking tweet. But it's like it got too much attention. I couldn't ignore it. But so the first tweet just says, "We have lost a whole generation to the Marvel Cinematic Universe." That is insanely dramatic.
Yeah, that's a little bit much.
And then the follow-up tweet, it says, it can't be overstated just how large the damage is that was caused by Marvel movies in so many people's brains. By the way, terrible like phrasing, missing an apostrophe.
What a bastard.
So this person is saying that like an entire generation was fucked by Marvel movies. That's an insane statement. And then it caused actual brain damage to people.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's fucking dumb.
Right. Well, and then so a lot of a lot of this is just like people agreeing, and the guy's like, I know, right? You know, like shit like that.
Yeah, patting himself on the back.
Yeah, a lot of like I suck my own dick because I think I'm smarter than people kind of shit.
Right.
It's like, so one of these is like, I mean, like half of the argument is that because Marvel dominated the box office so much, all of these like indie flicks were not getting, or like even just like other movies in general, we're not given like their space and like chance to like become like culturally popular, like phenomenon in that sense, which is just incredibly not true.
Yeah, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like
I mean, what you get,
like the statement makes it seem like there's been no other movies besides Marvel movies that have come out.
right? Well, it's like okay, Marvel movies. I mean, you could say they're like formulaic, which is fine. I mean, like they're not
Yeah.
gonna like blow your mind, like, unless you're watching WandaVision, and then like that's whenever they're like, let's get weird.
Yeah, which is cool. Like that's so dope when they switch from the pattern that they have. I'm not saying that's like that patterns are bad by any means. Like everything's built off. Like music is fucking patterns like that.
Yeah, I mean, movies are 3-act structures.
Yeah,
Plays are 5-act structures. Like,
yeah. It's not a I don't know. It's not a controversial idea that something is based off of like set patterns.
yeah, but I mean, so like to even like insinuate that like Marvel dominated so hard that like other movies don't exist
Right.
is
Yeah.
insane. Like, I mean, you have like, I mean, like the Oscars. I mean, up until only recently,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have Marvel movies. Though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and like the Marvel movie that like got the biggest Oscar was Into the Spider-Verse, which is animated.
Yeah.
And I would say one of the few that actually didn't follow a pattern.
Oh, for sure. Like that movie is actually one of the most perfect movies that I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite
And that's
movies ever.
like of all time.
Yeah, it's like top 5.
Yeah, everything about that movie is awesome.
But I mean, like, we're gonna sit here and say like, oh, Marvel's done this, but Transformers can fart out $7 billion movies.
Yeah.
You just make a crushing the box that didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
What about the 9 Fast and Furious movies that have come out? And then and spin-off movie with The Rock and Jason Statham, which rocked ass. But I mean, it's just like to say that like Marvel dominated. Like, dude, look at just whenever people still talk about like La La Land and Moonlight, or
yeah.
there's so like the rate. I mean, just so many fucking movies that like anybody will drop, and it's just like, yeah, not everybody is just enraptured in superhero shit.
Yeah,
it's popular because it's fun.
Yeah, it's escapism, like basically.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's like, you know, those superheroes as a kid. It's like, here's really well done versions of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. 2 hours, baby. Like, it's all you. Like, whatever you want. It's like, you like Captain America? Well, this motherfucker is going to be a really good version of him for 2 hours on TV or on the movie theater, you know. Whatever.
Right, yeah.
It's like, that's just, I mean, that's like revisionist history horse shit that I hate.
Yeah, definitely.
Where someone's like, I hate Marvel movies so much, I'm just going to like take this weird perception that they ruined movies.
Yeah, and they caused brain damage. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That Marvel movies have damaged people mentally.
Yeah, like just if someone enjoys a Marvel movie, then they can't enjoy another, like just regular indie flick. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's or just like they're like, okay, so the guy who did The Revenant, right? That director. Mm-hmm. Like, it seems like a weird amount of directors. Not all of them. Most people are smart and like don't think this, but like the guy who directed The Revenant said that Marvel movies were voyeurism, right? Like, it's just all voyeurism.
Yeah.
And then proceeded to make a movie where he forced Leonardo DiCaprio to borderline get hypothermia because he like did it in like sub-zero temperatures.
Yeah.
Shot the whole movie in natural light, basically tortured his entire cast and crew. And then had the dick and balls to say that Marvel movies were problematic.
Yeah, that's fucking retarded. Like shit.
You know, it's like you almost like killed your lead actor, but you don't like a superhero flick. So like,
but hey, man, Leo got the Oscar for that movie. So
yeah, true. I mean, you should have got it for The Departed, but it's fine.
That's true. But that's not like who cares? That's my point. You know what I mean? Like,
right. It's like, why does it matter?
Yeah, there's no real point to that argument.
Well, it's like what's funny. Like, another one was the guy who did Birdman. Have you seen that pretentious piece of shit?
Mm-mm.
Birdman was a movie that I thought was very well done until I saw it the second time, and I almost immediately hated it.
Right.
So Birdman is a movie about, it's like Michael Keaton, and he was like an actor who played Birdman, which was like a superhero franchise, but now he's trying to reinvent his Hollywood career by doing a stage play, like on Broadway. And it's like the stage play feels cursed, blah, blah, blah. Either, it doesn't matter. it's all this like pseudo commentary on like Hollywood and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It basically, like, the first time I watched it, that was well done because it does the whole movie is quote unquote like one shot.
Oh yeah. That was a big
Yep.
gimmick, right? When it came out.
Yeah, and then like the soundtrack is just drums, like jazz drums, which is pretty good.
That's pretty dope.
But when we watched the movie the second time, it's just it's like the screenwriter is just jerking himself off about like how he understands like Hollywood and how gross it is and like this,
Mm-hmm.
but it just comes off as this pretentious garbage ass movie of them telling you that like this type of genre, this type of thing is bad and like
Right.
destructive to the industry, and like you're the problem. Like that's kind of how it comes off
To the viewer, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just it just yeah, it's fucking whatever. It's like not either way, or like Scorsese, where he was like he said that Marvel movies aren't cinema.
Yeah,
Like he was comparing it to like they're more like amusement park rides or some shit like that.
What? Well, so what's
But
there's nothing wrong with that either. If I mean, it's not true. I don't believe it for sure, but
well,
there's nothing wrong with it if it was.
Right. I mean, like I don't understand why like movies need to be compartmentalized in these like I mean, look, Scorsese's like a really renowned director and he's made some great shit.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the fucking last movie because 3.5 hours is a big ask.
Yeah.
Granted, I watched the Snyder Cut. Like,
I was gonna say, like, didn't we watch the Snyder Cut?
Yeah, we did. Okay, I can't totally shit on it. But I mean, it's like, dude, like Scorsese's like, that's one of the more prolific directors or whatever. But it's still, it's like, dude, movies are experience, right? Like it's all about. I mean, sometimes it's escapism, sometimes it's blah blah. You know, whatever
Right.
you take out of a movie is what you get out of it. Like no one should tell you how to feel about a flick.
Yeah.
So like if he feels in his mind that it's not cinema or whatever, that's his opinion.
Yeah.
But to sit there and be like, that movie's not a movie.
Right.
That's kind of like to say like that's different because it's got superheroes and shit.
Right. It's
but
got
people
colors.
act like Marvel's different from goddamn Christopher Nolan's Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not.
Not really.
It's Batman. It's just darker.
Yeah.
It's still the same superhero silly shit. The first movie has like the whole we put chemicals in the water and then we microwave the water and the chemicals like it's still nonsense.
Yeah. Like it's a weird excuse to hate on something that's popular, which I think is what it boiled down to. It's like, hey, this is making a lot of money.
Right, like they're doing it like in a contrarian way.
Yeah, like you're being anti-superhero movie on purpose, which is almost like, I don't know, I want to say it's a form of gatekeeping movies, but
right, where you're like, this isn't art, this is
yeah,
which is fucking stupid. I mean, because what's funny is like for all these directors that are like, fucking comic books are gross and I'm this artist or whatever, it's like you then also look at the other end of it where it's like the first Thor movie was directed by Kenneth Branagh, who is a Shakespearean actor.
Yeah, the first two movies, I think.
Like you have Ryan Coogler, who did Creed, did the first Black Panther movie.
Yep.
Like one of the women directors this year that was nominated for Oscar for Best Picture did The Eternals.
That's right. Yeah.
At one point, they had Edgar Wright was supposed to direct Ant-Man. Fucking everybody loves James Gunn now that he made Guardians, but I mean, he was an indie director before that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
They're pulling from like talent. I mean, that's who they want. They want someone, the best person to do their movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they're getting talented, not, I mean, like a lot of these, I mean, and it's not a jab to anybody, but I mean, they're getting like a lot of like not super well-known directors or people that you wouldn't expect to do. Like, I mean, the last Thor movie was Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty unexpected pull for a fucking Thor movie, but it worked out perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the time of casting of the first Thor movie, Hemsworth and Middleston were called nobodies, dude.
That's true. I mean,
like
that is the first time I heard of them.
Bordering on unnamed actors to do these fucking flicks.
Pretty much. They revived Robert Downey Jr.'s career for sure.
His entire career, like literally had a massive resurgence because he nailed Iron Man so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, are we gonna just pretend that Chris Evans just? I mean, like, dude, Chris Evans was in great movies, but like after he became captain, everybody was like, "This is the greatest guy ever."
Yeah, I mean, he nailed the role, so clearly there's some artistry involved. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like to sit there and like diminish Marvel. I mean, like, just like, I mean, they're doing things that other studios don't even have the balls to do, or like are trying to piggyback off right now.
Oh yeah.
Black Panther was an all like, I mean, more or less with the exception of like 2 actors, all black cast, all black crew, you know, writer, director, everything.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, all Asian.
Yep.
Like that's a lot of shit that, like, I mean, they're doing, and it's like, and it's that they're not even doing it in a pandering way. They're just like, this is the shit.
Yeah, like this is the route we're gonna go. I mean,
like, it makes sense.
I mean, to me it makes sense just because like they are very self-aware that, like, hey, we're Marvel. Anyone who we pick to be our actor, writer, director, those guys are gonna get over so fucking hard.
Yeah,
because they're more like they're gonna get more exposure for the indie films that those guys do later.
There was I saw this thing recently. I'll get into the second half of this tweet in a second because the other part of this is like even more absurd.
Yeah.
But I was going to say there was like just a little small aside. Whenever Doctor Strange came out, people were shitting all over the Ancient One being like a white lady.
Oh yeah.
They're like, oh, they whitewashed it. I was like, yo, go look at the Ancient One in comic books. It is racist.
Yeah, it's hella racist, bro.
And it's like, yo, are we? I mean, they could have done it differently, sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they could have just made the Ancient One like, I mean, okay, first of all, it's like you have the landmine of if you cast an Asian person to be the Ancient One, you already have the landmine of like that's racist. And then if you don't do that, you have the other landmine of that's racist.
Yeah.
So you don't win either way there. Like that's already a problem.
Like, at all. Yeah.
So I just saw like these people that were like, Kevin Feige needs to apologize for this whitewashing bullshit. And like, I'm like, look, dude, it was an unwinnable situation.
Yep.
And if you're gonna be in an unwinnable situation, why not cast Tilda Swinton, man?
Yeah.
She's a good actress. Why can't the Asian one be a lady, huh? That's fucking sexist.
Yeah. What's up with that? Where's the fucking outrage on that one?
Hilarious, man.
Yeah.
So the other half of this like nonsense tweet of like these people sucking their own dicks saying that Marvel movies are evil is basically saying that they're evil because they're military funded, right? Like
oh yeah,
there's this evil cabal of military funded propaganda in Marvel flicks, right? So I did a little quick research. It's not well-rounded research, so if someone can prove me wrong, then have at it.
Right.
But a lot of fucking movies are fucking funded by the military.
Yeah, a lot.
And it dates back quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I'll read a list of some of them just so it's out there. And then I have another point to make on it. But so it's called the military entertainment complex. So military industrial complex, entertainment complex, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go to the list. I want to note only 2 Marvel movies appear on this list. Do you want to guess which ones?
Iron Man.
Yep.
And Captain America.
No.
Okay.
Iron Man 2.
That's it?
That's it. Also on this list, a DC movie.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, along with like a shitload of fucking just, war movies.
Right, yeah. I imagine that's where the heavy
most of that's gonna be that. But yeah, it's like we got Air Force One, Apollo 13, Armageddon, random one, but it's still kind of a funny entry, Batman and Robin. Behind enemy lines, Black Hawk Down, Deep Impact, Godzilla, Goldfinger, the old Bond movie. They kind of have an addendum of Thunderball and License to Kill, but they're like small.
Right.
I think they're doing it as like sequels, so I think they have a little something in there. I Am Legend. Only one Indiana Jones movie. It's my favorite one. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Okay.
Iron Man 1 and 2. The Jackal, the Bruce Willis movie. That's an underrated flick. Jurassic Park 3. Not any of the other ones.
That's a weird choice. All right.
Karate Kid Part 2. And then the next Karate Kid, where Karate Kid was the chick. King Kong remake, Silence of the Lambs.
All right.
Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. That's where we have to go find the whales.
Okay.
It's a good Star Trek movie, by the way. Last Action Hero, Top Gun, obviously.
Yeah.
And then 3 Transformers movies, tying back to what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, and then Dark of the Moon, True Lives, and then the shittiest DC movie to date, Wonder Woman, 1984.
So what you're saying is that it's not military propaganda at all.
I mean, it's like Iron Man is like his character, at least like in the movies, and like ultimately the comics is a like critique of the military-industrial complex.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he literally was making bombs and missiles and shit in the first movie, and then he stopped doing that.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of this shit is mostly like, I mean, look. I mean, you could take any of this the way you want,
right?
Like, whatever, dude. You know, I'm just saying, it's like, it's not like the military is like, we're gonna give you a couple tanks to use in your movie. So now you have to weirdly place some like, you know, join the Marines shit in your movie.
Right.
It's like
some recruitment thing or something.
Right. I mean, like, fuck. Whatever. I mean, like, it's like you're not going to convince crazy people that.
Oh no, for sure. Especially when they're on Twitter, like, and everyone's agreeing with them. Fuck off.
Right. Or it's like everybody just like hates Marvel, and they're like, that's right. And they also they want you to join the military because Captain America. Even though Captain America literally went like on the run after Civil War because he fought against the U.S. government.
Yep, that's kind of a huge plot point in the like second phase onward.
Yeah, and even in the comic books, it was like a huge point.
Yeah,
fucking like Captain America was literally anti-government at that point.
Yep,
because he felt that it was dehumanized. I mean, there was someone I saw online pointed out that whenever you like watch the Captain America movies, Captain America, he always says like, I'm Steve Rogers. He never says I'm Captain America.
Yeah.
So that's it's like it's a brand that was given to him that he utilized.
Yeah.
But he was never that guy.
Right. But that's a weird take, dude. I'm not gonna lie. The military propaganda thing, it was just the weirdest fucking take.
It's very, dude, like even like my other problem with that take is they're like, oh yeah, it's military propaganda. It's like, okay, Marvel's not like let's say you're right, which you're not, but like let's say that's factual. Well, then almost every action movie from like the 80s to now is nothing but military propaganda, man. We're gonna sit here and pretend that Rambo's part like 2 and 3, like every Rambo that wasn't the first one.
Yeah.
Like the first one was very anti-military, but like all the other ones where they just turned Rambo into an action, like a one-man army, fighting the foreigners and freeing like all the fucking Americans and shit. Like, I mean, dude, it was just like jerk off fucking boner war movie shit.
Yeah.
All the Rambo flicks, fucking the first Die Hard is John McClane versus the foreign guy in the building and shit.
Yeah, that was real big in the 80s. Now you're pointing it out.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, it's a lot of U.S. versus like foreign. Fucking Red Dawn.
Oh yeah,
Red Dawn was
that's literally the entire movie.
Yeah, whole movie was Wolverines, fucking USA, bitch.
Yeah.
Even the remake of Red Dawn was U.S. versus North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it's almost like think about like old Schwarzenegger flicks. Like, I mean, it's just like all of these are like one-man army boner fantasy flicks.
Yeah.
And they're all guns, it's all explosions, jets, helicopters. Like, it's
the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna sit here and say, like, I mean, fucking look at like going back to like Fast and Furious movies, same thing. Like, they're always like, yeah, I only drive American, like, you know, shit like that. Like,
right, yeah.
It's like we're gonna sit here and pretend that like Marvel is the one that's doing all this damage, but like it's been damaging since the 80s.
Yeah, maybe even before then.
Yeah. I mean, like it's just a silly take where it's like, dude, they're like propaganda is so much worse in other flicks.
Yeah, and not even just in movies, in just like regular media.
Yeah,
like it's insane that someone actually thought that, and they were like, They thought to themselves that, and they were like, "Oh, this is gonna be really good."
Dude, the only real outside of like you could, I mean, you could say they'd be like, oh, Captain America or whatever, but I feel like I just shit on that.
Yeah.
The only line that sticks out to me is in the Punisher TV like show in the first season, like whenever like Punisher and the dude go like raid a warehouse and there's like all these like nice cars and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then Punisher gets like the Mustang Cobra
Yeah.
and over like the Ferrari and the like Lambo and shit,
Right.
and Punisher just goes like, yeah, always drive American. It's like,
I
okay,
mean,
it's one line.
yeah.
I mean, it stuck out to me because that was corny as fuck. But like,
I mean, okay, so that's one line out of like what 10 episodes or whatever it was,
2 seasons of it.
something like that. Yeah.
I mean, and it wasn't even pro-military because it was like both seasons of the show were showing like the debilitating aspects of like PTSD
Yeah.
and like what it does to people. I mean, like one of the main characters is a guy who had like one leg and was talking to like former soldiers who like were like basically like battle ridden and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even at and fucking what's the Winter Soldier, where I mean Falcon is literally teaching like doing a group therapy for veterans and stuff.
Yeah.
So clearly there's something there, but it's so like a human story of like this is what war does to people that I wouldn't even really consider it propaganda for the military.
Well, I mean, like even like piggybacking off of that, like the Falcon Winter Soldier show,
Oh yeah,
where
yeah,
like Winter Soldier is like having difficulty like dealing with like his past actions as like a literal soldier.
assassin. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like an assassin. But I mean, it's just so funny. It's like they're like, oh, the military funded some shit for movies, so now it's military propaganda. It's like, okay, so does that mean Microsoft propaganda is
mm-hmm.
rampant in CW shows because the first like three like
Surface
seasons
tablets
of
everywhere.
the first 3 seasons of Arrow is people going like, let me look on my Surface tablet in order to figure out what the bad guy's doing.
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, just yeah, I mean that's not what that is.
it's insane.
Or like, I mean, how many fucking movies and TV shows just focus on the stupid phone somebody's using? Or like you'll be like, it'll be like mid-episode and it'll be like narratives flowing and someone will be like, sorry, let me take this phone call real quick. And they'll just like openly pull the phone out and like show the screen and like all that shit and like pull up to their face. It's like, dude, yeah, I mean, that's in everything, bro.
Yeah, it's everywhere. You remember like a few years ago when everyone like every movie and TV show had like a Windows phone?
Yeah.
And they were just like they were trying to get that over so fucking hard.
And now it looks sad because like whenever you go back and watch it, you're like, dude, that phone doesn't even exist anymore, dude.
Yeah, like they don't even make that shit.
I mean, shit, there was like a whole episode of Community that made fun of Subway sponsoring them.
Yeah, yeah. God, that was such a good episode.
Yeah. I think like the kind of like just ultimately like just really boil it down so like it's like core. It's just like it's like you can just not like something and move on with your life versus turning it into this massive odd conspiracy that I mean, dude, it's just gonna either age so well, or this is gonna age poorly in like 50 years, where like Marvel's taking over the world, and they were like, "We knew that after everybody saw Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, we had you, bitches." Like,
but that's when they got me. Ah, shit.
Right. That's like whenever like the brain implant like started like fucking with us, and we're like,
all
what?
the COVID vaccines activate, like.
Dude, yeah,
after watching
like,
that movie,
it's like all of our magnetism. We're like, oh.
God, people are fucking dumb.
Dude, I mean, like that's what I'm saying though. I mean, like this to me is fucking insanity shit.
Yeah, that's an insane thing to think.
It's an insane thing to think, like, and it's for what is essentially like a I mean, like what, like the propaganda is like. I mean, if anything, they're just like, we're just gonna sell you toys and shit.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's just, dude, I don't know, man. Like it's like this is on the level of the people that think the COVID vaccine makes you Magneto.
Yeah. Which, okay, so if it did, I wouldn't be here, really.
Dude, no shit. Like the people that are like, look at my car key sticking in my neck. I was like, yo, if this gives me magnetism powers, I'm gonna go figure out how to hone this.
Yeah.
Break into some banks.
Yeah. That's That's the first thing I'm doing is to see what I could get away with.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with car keys or some shit, or
Yep.
like someone's rim on their car,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I'm gonna work my way up to bigger shit until I know that I can like stop bullets.
Yeah. That's what I would do if I had Magneto powers.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, either like, dude, COVID has either created too much time for people, which probably that's part of it,
Yeah, that's yeah.
or there's just been like I've just been bliss. I mean, dude, I understand that most people are stupid.
Yeah.
Most people are stupid psycho people with dumb opinions and even worse theories.
Yep.
I think I might have just underestimated how many exist in the world.
Yeah, never underestimate a large group of idiots.
Like where you're just like you're like, I think most people are nice and they're like, and like internally they're like, did you know that Iron Man actually is trying to make you buy fucking Chanel #5 because he wore it in Iron Man 3 for 2 seconds?
Oh, I didn't catch that, man.
Like, did you really know that Spider-Man, despite being a fictional character, is trying to convince you that the gay agenda is ruining the US?
Well, that's true, though. I read that.
Dude,
Yeah.
I need to go get like another dose of the vaccine so I can some Magneto power stuff for real.
Yeah. How many, like, and which is it? The Pfizer one? That's the one that I got.
Yeah, I got Pfizer too.
Yeah, I didn't get any powers.
Yeah, I didn't get any power. I didn't like. I mean, luckily I didn't even get sick.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, I just love the amount of people that think that the vaccine, like this one, versus all the other ones, like because whenever you're younger, you just get vaccinated. Like your parents were like, "Here's polio, here's smallpox," but you know, just like back to back.
Yeah.
And it's like doesn't do anything, but this one, they're like, "This one, this is the one that's gonna fuck you."
Yeah. You know what? It hasn't happened so far, so I think I'm good.
Yeah, it's
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for my X-Men powers to manifest. So I think that could.
Dude, yeah, it's if the U.S. government is breeding X-Men,
they fucked up.
That's awesome.
No, yeah, but like, why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense.
Right, unless they're just like, all right, now that everybody's mutants, at least a tenth of the population will be Omega level, and we'll take over the world.
Ah, shit.
You know, what are the Omega level mutants?
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Professor
X, Magneto, Storm,
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I read that Iceman is Omega level.
Yeah.
That seems a little odd to me, but like fine.
Well, so I think the theory was that it was because he doesn't just make shit cold, he can like stop molecules from vibrating or some nonsense.
I know, like at a certain point, like he can make clones of himself, like ice clones.
Yeah. That too. That's pretty powerful, though.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like I can agree that like we could bring that up.
Yeah.
Who else?
Hang
on. I feel like this is an easy internet question, right?
Right.
I just got this shit right in front of me. Let me spell this correctly. Omega level mutants. Oh wow. Okay. A lot more than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so Summers. Jamie Braddock, which is Monarch. Monarch. That okay. Reality manipulation.
Legion.
Iceman Elixir. Jean Grey. Oh yeah, Legion. Fuck.
That one makes sense.
Magneto, of course. Proteus. I don't know if I know who that is. Mr. M, also a little. Storm. Dude, Storm should have been Omega from the jump, dude. I can't believe.
Yeah, I agree. That's pretty true.
Exodus, that makes sense. Kid Omega, Quentin Quire, yeah. Powerhouse. Oh, Franklin Richards. Dude, they actually fucking ruined him in the comics because he was always a mutant, and then they just recently said that he wasn't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I was reading something like that.
Yeah, they try to randomly do it or some shit like that.
Well, the same shit with like I think Cloak and Dagger or something like that. Like they were mutants for the longest time, and then they weren't.
Oh yeah, and then they were just like, oh, it's technically not a mutation.
Yeah, or whatever dumb shit.
So the only other ones are Vulcan, which is gets killed by Black Bolt gang, War Kings.
Yeah.
And then Hope Summers. Yeah. Dude, Hope sucked ass, dude. I didn't like her.
Yeah, I didn't either. That was not my thing.
That
But I mean,
was
that's a solid list, though. I mean,
solid list. Top of the list for me, Magneto.
yeah,
Obviously.
that's any day of the week.
And then Storm, I would say. You know what? We were wrong though. I thought Professor X was going to be on the list, and he's not.
He isn't. Yeah, that's weird. Still, I don't know, man. Proteus would be pretty rad.
I always liked what's his fucking name? Exodus had a cool look.
Yeah.
Like I never like really read anything with him, but I always liked the look of him.
Right. Sometimes that's all you need, dude.
But no fucking mutant in the history of goddamn mutants is cooler than fucking Magneto, dude.
Yeah. I tell people that all the time when they're like, "Who's your favorite superhero?" I'm like, I mean, superhero is a broad term, but
I mean, obvious answer for me is Spider-Man. Like,
yeah, for sure. But if you said like favorite like power, it'd definitely be Magneto.
oh, dude. I mean, just today, if someone's like, you can get any power in the world, I'd be like Magneto powers.
Just all day.
I wouldn't even think. I'd be like, do you give me Magneto powers?
Yeah.
I could destroy the world if I wanted to.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, I do. It's like I have the power of magnetism. I could throw the magnetic poles on the world off their axis, and we can all die today.
Fuck it all up, dude.
If I want to do that.
But I don't, because I'm so dope.
Okay, all right. So before we close this out, should we do top 5 favorite mutants or top 5 favorite X-Men?
I think we. Shit. I think we do mutants, right?
I mean, we can. I'm leaving it up to you. This is your choice.
See, I say we just do mutants.
All right. So mutants in general. So like everybody's on the table.
Okay. So first of all, Magneto.
Good choice. Great choice.
That's a good one. Wolverine, dude, that's a classic. Is Scarlet Witch still a fucking mutant or no?
Yes, I think so. She's just like she's a Nexus, I think, or is it like a Nexus?
Being or something like that.
Right, like where she exists in the same way in every universe or some shit.
Yeah. So that's pretty dope. Was that 3? Fuck, who else? Not Cyclops. Fuck all that. I was gonna say that, but
if you said Cyclops, I would have ended this recording, bro. I would have been like, we're not friends. It just.
And I also really like Jean Grey. So I'm gonna say that Jean Grey / Phoenix.
Right. Implied.
Yeah. And probably Storm after that.
Storm, that's a good one.
Yeah. So yeah, mine would be Magneto, Wolverine, Scarlet Witch, Storm, Jean Grey, yeah.
Got a lot of house on that list, bro.
A lot of, I mean, dude, I actually didn't realize that. I was just thinking.
Like I relate to women. Like
it's more. It's like, it's better.
It was a callback to an earlier episode. I really relate to women.
Yeah, a lot.
All right. No particular order because it fluctuates.
Right. Same.
Magneto, Wolverine, Bishop.
Oh shit, that's a good one.
Psylocke. And then I'm gonna go number 5. Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm torn between Nightcrawler and Phantom X.
See, I thought you were gonna say Phantom X.
I'm gonna go Phantom X. I'm gonna say Phantom X, and my Arnold would be Nightcrawler, but like that's my top 5.
Bet.
I still say Psylocke. I think is still like the baddest bitch in X-Men now.
True. Too bad about that fucking movie.
Yeah, dude, X-Men movies suck dick except for like the Logan movies.
Yeah. Well, like X-Men 2 is actually one of my favorite X-Men movies.
X-Men 2 is good, and then I liked the Wolverine. It's not the best, but I liked it.
That's the one with like the fucking where he goes to Japan, yeah.
Yeah, like Silver Samurai, like he fights at the end. It's not the best, but it's a decent flick.
It's not bad. It got a lot of shit, but
the R-rated version is pretty banger.
I haven't seen the R-rated one.
Or like the director's cut or whatever the fuck.
Right.
But I mean, like, dude, yeah, X2, that, like the Wolverines, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's a decent, like, let's kill 2 hours.
Right.
And then the amazingness that is Logan, though. Yeah. Dude, I cried in the theater. The people.
That happens to me a lot though. Just watching that
Yeah.
movie. Like I'll watch that movie now and I'm like, oh fuck, it's so sad.
Something about growing older, you just like all that like you try to like bottle everything up. Like you just like
Yeah.
hit 30 or like no, dude, not even 30. I think it was like
Not even.
27 where shit
Yeah,
started
yeah.
just like falling out. You just hit a
All
point
these-
where you're just like, I don't care anymore, dude. This is sad.
Yeah. I think it's just the thing that comes with age. You're just like, hey man, I can feel things now and not be judged.
Right. It's like at a certain point, you're like, what am I doing to like
Yeah,
leave it? Like I'm not trying to impress anybody. Like this is like a sad,
Yeah.
like an emotional beat in the movie.
Yeah. It's like fucking Your Name. Like I cry on that movie every fucking time.
Yeah. Anytime I watch it, dude, I can't
Yeah.
stop.
And I've seen it like 8 times and it doesn't.
Dude, yeah, I watch
it
it.
doesn't stop.
I watch it like I mean, like I don't try to watch it all the time because it's like an emotional beating.
Yeah.
But like, dude, it doesn't like every fucking time the marker falls.
Yeah.
Every time the marker falls, and then like leads into the next scene where she opens her hand.
Yeah.
And sees the writing and shit. That fucking back to back banger.
Yeah, that's when it clicked. Yeah, every time.
And then it's not even just dude. If you've played the fucking like the little bit at the end where they're going on the train and then that song's playing, they see each other and shit, dude. It starts.
Yeah, every fucking time.
Like I can't. I'm just like no. Like I know they end up saying like talking to each other, but like it fucks me up every time.
Yeah,
dude.
every time. God, that movie's so good. Everyone should watch it for sure.
It's my favorite movie, honestly.
Yeah, I would say the same. Fucking chug that beer, bro.
Let's do it. All right. I think it's time to wrestle rap.
Yeah.
Well, let us know your opinions on Marvel movies.
Dear viewer, that is our time.
Alas. Yeah, I guess let us know your opinion on Marvel movies. I'm assuming most people are probably just going to agree with us here.
Probably. I mean,
I feel like of all the episodes we had, this is the least cancelable or like divisive episode.
Yeah. Or the most. You never know. It's not out yet.
Yeah, maybe there's like a weird, I don't know. Like we just get like some like anti-superhero cult just starts like sending those death threats.
The guy that did that tweet.
Well, all right, people. Thanks for staying on board with us. Stay metal. Fucking Black Widow comes out soon, so let's all go watch that shit.
Fuck yeah.
All right, peace.
Peace, everybody.